Hi guys, welcome to Two Bees in a Pod. My name is Les.
And I'm Z.
Today's episode is called
Be Safe, Not Sorry.
And Mr. Family Plan.
And cheers, bitch, because
Cheers.
I am having some alcoholic beverages. Where is yours at?
I already finished it.
Why didn't you ask for a refill?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I'm drinking water.
Let me take a sip real quick, guys.
I'm drinking water. Those drinks were strong.
I'm on number 3.
Did
you try the strawberry lemonade?
No.
Dude, it's so good. That's what I'm drinking right now. I'm on my second strawberry lemonade.
I was gonna
with
just
Tito's.
mix it. Okay. I didn't know it was Tito's. I saw the bottle, but it was backwards.
Okay, sorry guys. We got a little sidetrack. Let's see. So how was your week? This is an update. This is our first big episode because we've been doing minis.
Yeah.
Catching up on our minis.
Those minis have been super easy.
I know. I actually like them.
They've been fun.
Like, when I was like, what can we do? Like, I want to do an extra episode a week because some of the girls were like, that have messaged me or like that I've talked to at work. They're like, we need another one. I'm waiting for Monday.
Oh.
And so that's why I was like, let's give them something short, sweet.
To get their weekend going.
Yeah. So I've been loving the mini. So let's build a honey series. I'm going to be a little off today because I have had a very long week.
She slept like 3 hours, bro.
I've had 8 hours of sleep in 2 days. Less than that. I only had 3 hours last night. Woke up at 5 to do a yard sale. And I've just been super busy all day. Like, it is now about to be 11 o'clock at night. This is, I'm barely sitting down to, like, really enjoy my night.
Yeah, it's been crazy.
This is my de-stressor, I believe. But it's very... Things are very hectic right now in my
life,
in my daily duties, in the Alonso household. With my son's birthday party coming up, with graduations coming up, with my birthday coming up, my mom's birthday. Like, I have a lot going on. Baseball party. 2 trips
Games.
in less than a month. Baseball. I just have...
Wait, what trips are less than a month?
I have 2 trips in less than 1 month. So I have my Fuerza Regida, which I'm leaving on the 18th of June. And then I come back, and then 2 weeks later is my son's birthday. And then 1 week later is our girls' trip.
Okay. Alrighty.
Yeah, girl. I'm stressing. And I'm trying to see if I can, like, sneak in / convince my husband for me to do a party. A little birthday party for myself. I'm saying convince my husband, but pretty much it's trying to convince myself that I can handle more. Because I just keep going above and beyond for everything.
Yeah.
How was your week?
My week was long. I didn't even go to the gym this week. That's how crazy.
I just don't feel it's safe for you to go to the gym right now, girl.
I'm gonna go next week for sure. Dude, I cannot. It's like my...
De-stressor?
Yeah, because I'm sitting down.
Well, now that your boss thinks that you have 2 jobs.
Yeah. I'm gonna need to start working
you're not
out.
starting until the following week.
Oh, yeah.
So this coming week, are you still going to be working until past 5?
Oh, no. Just this last week because I had a lot of things that I had to turn in, but I already turned them in. So, yeah, it's been busy. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. Yeah, we're both busy. So, I'm just thankful that we have the energy or the ability to record tonight. Because if not, you guys would be sure to look for a next big episode. So let's start off. We're going to start doing, what is it called?
ASMR.
putting people to sleep. with my little.
Ooh, that
I think like when I hear this, I hope that it like suits me. You're gonna have to record this so that and then like just send it to me so I can connect to it.
Imagine. Okay.
Okay.
These episodes, like I think this episode's gonna be some good cheese me.
Okay. Let's start.
Okay.
You know what? But let me text my bartender real quick and tell him that we're definitely gonna need 2 drinks.
2 hours later.
I benefit from whatever it is.
You benefit
It's like,
from my,
give me some
from my
tacos.
needs.
He brings you some tacos. Give me some, I don't know what the fuck. And he'll bring, let me charge your phone. I'm like, oh. I didn't experience that before. So, I'm like, oh,
It goes both
so
ways.
nice.
It goes both ways, baby girl.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Cater to him, to my kids, to everybody and their mama.
But it's
So
mutual.
It's very nice to have a husband and be in a marriage where everything is 50-50. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Yeah.
thank the Lord that I was blessed because I could not do everything by myself. And then like he knew that I had like such a long day. Like I said, I've been up since 5 o'clock and I was outside. I didn't start picking up the yard sale till like 1. So by the time we put everything in and we put everything in bags, like it was already like 2, got dressed. I had Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
I mean, no, wait, sorry.
I was like, dang,
I
girl.
didn't like Chick-fil-A.
I was like,
Canes. I'm telling you guys, I'm gonna fuck up this episode because this bitch is fucking tired, alright?
I was like, when the fuck did you have
No.
Chick-fil-A? She bought me Canes. She's so sweet.
I was worried for you, girl. You
Dude.
remember on MIA that long.
Dude, you could see my location.
Yeah, it said you were home, but I was like, what if she fainted?
I'm
What if something
dead.
fucking robbed her?
I'll give you access to my cameras. Just so,
I'm gonna need it, girl, because I was like,
just don't look.
I was like, dude, what the hell? Where is she at? Because I had been messaging you, dude, and then
Dude,
my phone was dying. Like, it had been dying for a while. And so I would get my phone off the charger, and then I'd text you, like, hey, what's up? And then we were at Gaystone forever. Like, the boys all got something. So I told the boys, since they all helped me, like, so my little one woke up the earliest, and he helped me. Like, he even helped me move the car. Like, he got in the cars with me. Like, he literally opened his eyes and he was like ready to go. Like, he put his shoes and ran out with me, and he helped me move he got in the car so I can move the cars.
I pictured him moving the car.
And then he like started helping me fold the clothes, put the toys. Like, he literally helped me do so much. And so I told him, like, I'm gonna give you money so that you can buy something at the store because you helped me. And then, well, obviously my oldest helped, and then the middle one, he helped at the end.
Even though he was upset.
Yeah, he was upset, but he still helped. He helped me put everything in like the bags and stuff, so it worked out. Like, everybody helped. So I was like, you know what? And I felt so bad because my son was out here. Like, he didn't have a lot of stuff out here, but he's been saving up for like different stuff that he wants. I think that since I got him his debit card, he gets excited for money because he can do online shopping. He gets to, like, he was tracking his shipping. Like, he was just like, I feel like it gives him a more sense of like independence. And I'm not like, he's not like, oh, mom, can I buy this? Or mom, I'm like, no, it's your money. If you want to spend it on stupid shit, or you want to spend it on toys, or, you know, because I feel like he's already a teenager. Like, right now he's still buying toys, but I know that eventually he's no longer gonna buy toys. So if you have the money, buy whatever you want. I'd rather him buy that than to spend it on like stupid stuff, you know?
Yeah. Like things he's not gonna be able to keep.
Yeah, and so I was a little bummed because he only sold, like, he was the first person to sell something, but he only sold one thing.
That was all he sold?
He only sold those, they were shoes. That's the only thing
I
he
think
sold.
somebody will buy the...
I hope so. It's still there. So then we ended up going to take them to GameStop, and my oldest didn't buy anything. He was like, no, I'm saving my money. But my middle one bought 2 boxes of baseball cards. My little one, he went through every single thing in the store. He couldn't make up his mind. And I ended up buying him this, I don't know, K-pop something. And then I bought a puzzle. And so, yeah. Oh, and we got baseball cards because we're obsessed with baseball cards. So we all got baseball cards. And that was it. And then we came home and I have been cleaning the garage all day, getting ready for... Who is that?
I don't know. Getting ready for your son's birthday party?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I've been getting the garage ready all day. Since I was doing the yard sale, I was multitasking, doing the yard sale, cleaning, and then...
Chambeando.
And then we started doing a bunch of stuff for my son's birthday party, like the centerpieces and trying to finish the centerpieces. So it's just been, it's been a day.
The candy bags.
The candy bags, the fucking slushy bags.
Yeah.
Because we be doing everything.
She'll be doing them all.
So, thank God for my husband, because now as he's seen that I had a very long and hectic day, he was like, I'm going to be your bartender tonight. And so he was like, what do you feel like drinking? And so we went to Vons and he bought like a bunch of ingredients to make us like different types of drinks. And this one is my favorite.
That's why I said I benefit from whatever this is.
All right. Okay, so let's get our stories started.
Right after the sip of drink.
Okay. In one of our previous mini-sodes, Spill the Honey, I spoke about Chicago pizza, right?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so we're going to take it back. We're going to rewind this. When we were teenagers and how we ended up in Chicago. And it is this era in our lives as teenagers I loved, because I feel like it helped us get closer to one another. But
are you talking about me?
Well, who the fuck else? who else is here?
Oh, my bad.
What the fuck?
I thought you were talking about your husband. I pulled in the stutters because that happened to us the last episode.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm sorry. You're like,
no more drinks for you. I think
I'm not even fucking drunk.
I think one was enough, girl. One was enough.
Dead.
You need to start prepping, girl, because I don't need no lightweight bitch at the fucking...
I am not lightweight.
Well, it be sounding like you are today.
Bitch, you did the same thing to me yesterday. When you were like, when I said friend, and you were like, oh, are you talking about me? Yes, bitch. And you didn't have no drinks.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay.
We got closer. Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so when we were teenagers, I don't remember the age. I want to say maybe like 13. I was there 13. You were 12. What? What?
We were talking about those topics. I was 12. Never mind. Disregard. Scratch that. I don't want to get too into. Okay.
I was way more advanced than you, girl, so I'm not really...
I was like 12.
Okay, so growing up, our moms were neighbors, comadres, friends,
partners. I'm just kidding.
Where they are at now, they do not speak.
Yeah, they don't.
Which that's okay.
They're not neighbors anymore, so.
Yeah, so that's why. It's because they're not neighbors anymore. So, they were volunteering. They started as volunteers for this program, community program. And we, so our moms were like in this program that was for teen pregnancy prevention and STDs, how to teach children, well, not children, but how to speak to teenagers and how to like, I guess prepare them for the
topic
of sexual activities. And so
extracurriculars,
as I say it, when I'm talking to my friends and I'm talking about, like, I guess sex topics or like sex things, I'm like, extracurriculars. So if you ever hear me say extracurriculars, just know it's about sex. So with this program, our moms had to speak to teenagers, and since they had teenage daughters,
why not start there?
So they would gather our friends and they would speak to our friends about sexually transmitted diseases, staying abstinent, how to use condoms, all these birth control methods, about abortions. Like, they talked about literally everything. And guys, it was not just talking. There was also visuals. So you could see like a penis with like syphilis, with lice, or what is it? Like, it was just
general words.
Yeah, just very graphic. That obviously it was gonna fucking scare some of us. Did it scare me? Hell motherfucking no, but it probably scared less.
Yeah, dude. For sure. I was like, dude, some of those pictures were like a little much. Yeah. I feel like I could see it still.
So my friends, so like they would like bribe them, okay? So like, if you come to this meeting, you get free snacks or free food, or like my mom would cook for them, and besides that, they would get gift cards, $10 gift cards, $20 gift cards. So anytime that you had a party and people came to that party, you get rewarded. So my friends would call them sex parties because they would go and learn about sex stuff. I learned more from, which is in a good way. It was a good program because I learned way more through them than I learned in school.
Yeah.
In sex ed class.
Same.
Or what was the other one called? Health education or some shit.
Yeah.
So I did learn a lot. It was embarrassing because these classes were given by my mom, and she'd sit there and be like, and this is the penis, and this is if you have sex. And I just remember, like, some people felt super uncomfortable, some people laughed about it, some people just got disgusted by it. But then I had other friends that would be like, hey, when's your mom gonna have another sex party? And then I had one friend that had a crush on my mom. And, like, he'd always be like, oh, yeah, I want to go listen to your mom's sex parties. And then he'd tell my mom, like, when I'm 18, I'm going to go to Mex across the border. I'm going to go across the border. And I'm going to go be a tablero. And will you go see me and give me some money?
Who the fuck was that, bro? Is it E?
Yeah.
Oh, my God, fool. I can't.
E2, not E1.
Yeah.
And so he'd always have a crush on my mom. He'd be like, dude, your mom, like, your mom's butt. Your mom's... I'm like, dude, you're like 16, bro. Stop. No, actually, yeah, but at that time, they were 16. But, so we had a lot of fun. We used to do, like, a lot of fundraisers so that we can go to different conferences, so we can go to different places. They'd give us, like, we'd have parties all the time. Do you remember? Like, we'd organize different
events,
fundraisers. Yeah, car washes, food. Like, we'd sell food. We'd do, like, a bunch of stuff. And then they'd, like, throw us, like, a dance. And then, like, we'd go dance. Do you remember these parties?
Yeah. And I remember... the one that I remember was at the PAL in El Centro, but I think it was like a collaboration of like other organizations.
Smart. It was Hablando Claro and Teen Smart.
Yeah, so it was like different groups, so we got to see like different teenagers.
We used to hang out. I remember we used to hang out with like some guys from the there. East side. It was like North Side Centro or something like that, and we met a lot of these guys, and they were so fun.
I don't remember guys. No.
Remember we used to have a little homie, like...
Oh, yeah. Little dude.
The little dude, and then he had older brothers. We used to talk to the older brothers. I don't know. I remember seeing one of them one time when I lived in El Centro. And he still looked the same, but like those are just people that like you meet, like friends here and there. Like if I were to see him now, like I wouldn't say hi to him.
I wouldn't recognize him though.
I would probably recognize some of them, but not all of them. But we used to have so many. We have so many good memories of those.
It was
like
fun.
I remember, like it was Planners was still around on Main Street, and like we had parties there, and like we would invite like all the school, give out flyers. Like it was so fun. So then part of that program, and then like my mom, like she was like at the time she was a cool mom. So like all my friends loved my mom, guys, girls. My mom was like very open with them. Like at these sex parties, they would get they would give them condoms. Like they'd give you lube. They'd give you freaking, what was it? Something dam, or some. It was dam. It was like I gotta look it up. But it was like this big, and it's like for a guy to put it on you and then eat you out.
What the fuck? Those exist?
Yes.
I'm gonna buy some. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, they're edible. It tastes like bubble gum or whatever flavor it is. It's like, you know how like when you go to Spencer's and they have, I think it was called Dental Dam or look it up.
A thin, flexible sheet used as a protective barrier during oral sex to reduce the risk of spreading STIs.
Oh, okay. So then I was a little off. You don't eat it. I'm getting mixed up.
Trust Dam. It's called Trust Dental Dam. Trust Dental Dam, DAM.
Oh, okay, I was somewhat right.
I'm gonna buy some.
So like they used to give you a bunch of stuff, and I would give it out. My mom would give them out, and there was like I remember like one or two of my friends. I want to say it was like two of my friends. After like because you could ask questions. Sometimes it was just girls, sometimes it was just guys, sometimes it was a mix of them. And I remember like my mom like telling my friends like, if you guys ever need birth control and you guys are scared to go, like I can give you a ride, blah 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 blah. And so I was like, man, like my mom's cool, like, you know, like yeah, my mom like would have these conversations with me in front of my friends and with these sex parties. But for my mom, I just felt like she was there for all my friends in that sense, but it was like a double standard. Like for me, like yeah, she talked to me about it, but if I were to be like, hey mom, can you go get me birth control?
She'd be like, fuck no.
Exactly. Like she would fucking have a shit. And so, but with my friends, like she would take them. So I was like, how is it okay where I'm the same age as my friends? Like, why is it okay for you to take other people's kids but not take me, you know? So it was, like I've said before, I used to ditch a lot, and I'd go get whatever it is that I needed, whether it was a cell phone, whether it was condoms, whatever I needed. I knew the way on how to get out of going to school. So I remember one time I went to the clinic because it was like not that far, and I went and I got on birth control. I already knew all of the methods because of my mom's sex classes. Yeah. I knew what I was interested in getting. So when I was 15, I went and I got birth control pills. I've had a lot of relationships. Okay, I've had a lot of guy friends. I've had a lot of boyfriends in the past, but if we're saying like relationship where they met my parents, I was on my second one. I was with my husband at the time. And I was like, you know what? Like I'm going to start preparing myself because I want to be safe. I'd rather be safe than sorry, because that's exactly what my mom preached. And I was seeing her doing all these things for my friends, so I was like, why not? So I get the birth control. I am on it for about 2 weeks, and I was hiding it in my second drawer under my clothes. And mind you, I did the laundry, like I did everybody's laundry. Well, like most of the time I did everybody's laundry. I folded everybody's clothes, and then like everybody would put their clothes away. So there was no need for my mom to be going into my drawers or to be looking for anything. And so one day I go to school, I come home, my mom, as soon as I walk in, she's fucking yelling at me. She's like screaming in my face, and she's like, what do you think I found? What do you think I found in your room? And
En ese momento, Cell sintió el verdadero terror.
I was like, I honestly don't know what you found. Like, at that point, she could have really found anything. Like, I'd be hiding
your burner.
I'd be hiding my burners. I'd be hiding condoms, lube. I was hiding a lot of stuff, right?
Wait, but would she give you condoms or she wouldn't give you?
She wouldn't give them to me. She gave them to my friends.
Oh, okay.
But she wouldn't give them to me because I couldn't have sex until I was married.
Oh, shit.
Because Doña said that she waited until she was married. She said my grandma waited until she was married. And so those are both fucking lies. And we will discuss that at a later, probably later episode because we're not trying to drift away. But, so in my mind, like, I always was like, fuck, why I gotta wait until I'm married? Like, she was fucking hardcore on that. So she let me be part. I think she was just using me because I had a lot of friends and she needed to get her numbers up. And so that's why she was like, oh, because how the fuck you not gonna fucking give me condoms or like, you know? Yeah. And it's like I don't remember what movie, but it's like, oh, it's Mean Girls when they're like, if you have sex, you will die. Like, it was like, my mom was like that. Like, if you have sex, like, that's it. You're done. You're either going to get pregnant or you're going to get an STD. That's it. There's no in between. So, I just fucking did it on my own. And she's like, what do you think I found? And I don't know if she was doing something with my brothers or she was on the phone, but she was, like, yelling at me. And then so I go to my room and I'm like stressing the fuck out. I'm like, oh my God, what did she find? Because in one cajon she could find my burner. In this cajon she found this. So I don't know what cajon and what. So then I go, and as soon as I go into my room, my second cajon is open. And I'm like, okay, so in that cajon was my birth control. Fuck, that's best case scenario. That's what she found. And so, guys, I did not do drugs when I was young. Like, so, like, I wasn't hiding drugs. I wasn't hiding alcohol. I was just a fucking wild spirit animal. And I was definitely wild, but I was just, like, high on life. Like, high on energy. I was just always, siempre andaba el pinche 100, but I wasn't on drugs. Like, my friends might be, my boyfriends might be at the time. But for me, like, I wasn't on drugs. I wasn't hiding that type of stuff. It was just, like, more sexual stuff, you know, like, or phones or whatever it was that I was hiding. So she's, like, comes into my room and she's screaming her head off. And she's like, I don't understand why you're on birth control. And I'm like, I'm just trying to be safe. I don't want to have a baby. Like, you've been teaching this to my friends. You've been teaching this to me. Like, I don't understand why you're upset. Like, you are telling everybody that they should get on birth control. I know that you've taken 2 of my friends to get birth control. So why are you tripping? Like, why are you tripping out on me? And she's like, but you're not, I already told you, you're not supposed to have sex until you're married. And like, she just kept going on and on. And she's like, you're lucky that I'm not going to tell your dad because he'd be so upset and disappointed. Like, she just was like going hard, dude. And I'm like, I really don't understand, like, why you're flipping out. Like, why talk to me about it and why be okay telling my friends or taking my friends, but not your own daughter? Like, this is what you're telling me not to do. And I don't know if it's because she thought that I was, like, this saint of a child or a saint of a girl that I did no wrong or I did nothing. Like, I don't know how, I honestly don't know how I did not get pregnant in high school.
Thank you, sir. These are the benefits I'm talking about.
The benefits.
Cheers.
Cheers. Okay. I'm going to take a little sip. Okay, we're going to go ahead and take a picture of it. That way, when we release this episode, we're going to send you guys a picture. We'll post a picture. I got to remind me. Okay. Oh, fuck me in the ass.
I fucking told you, bitch. I said I'm gonna
Fuck,
put it
dude,
down
I got the fucking chills from that.
so I can let it water down.
Woo! That bartender, heavy on the hand. Well, I always was like, I want to be a young mom. I want to be a young mom. I don't fucking need condoms. I don't want. And I was just like I said, I was just high on life. I was just fucking wild. Me valía verga. I was like, dude, best case scenario, I start having kids now. I have, like, I wanted to be a teen mom so bad. And it just didn't happen to me. So, honestly, grateful it didn't happen to me because who knows where I would be right now. But so yeah, that was very disappointed in my mom because I felt like you were giving me all the tools, but you were keeping them in a lockbox, you know? Yeah. So she was like, why do you need them? And I was like, because, you know, I have a boyfriend, and like, what if I decide to end up having sex? Like, I'd rather be safe. Like, that's what you always say in your meetings. You're always telling people that they better be safe than sorry. So that's what I'm trying to do. Like, I'm trying to be proactive, you know? And she was like, estás loca, like, estás muy chiquita para andar pensando así. And like, she's just going on and on. And so she was like, I'm gonna throw them in the trash. And she threw them in the trash. And I was like, fuck, what the fuck I'm gonna do now? And so that was the only time I went on birth control. Like, after that, the only birth control that I ever had after that were IUDs. Like, after I had my first child, I had an IUD placed for a couple years. And then when I had my last child, I had an IUD placed. And that was it.
Wait. Never mind. That's going to be for another episode.
What?
I was going to say, did you have them and you got pregnant? Or...
No.
Oh, okay.
No. With my first one, I had it on for about 3 years, and it was a 5-year one, 6-year one, 5-year, and then it ended up getting embedded in my uterus.
Oh fuck!
So like when I had to take it out because I wanted to have another baby, they were like pulling it, like it was like so fucking painful and uncomfortable, dude. And they couldn't get it out, and like they finally, I went to another doctor and they got it out. And then with my last one, I only had it on for like 2 years, and then I had to have my surgery for my hysterectomy.
Oh.
So I didn't after that I've never really been on birth control, you know? Mm-hmm. But it was all because of my mom. Like, she prohibited me from being on birth control.
Damn.
And so one of those things, which is how that was a little backstory on our program that we were in growing up. We were in that program for, I don't know, maybe like 4 or 5 years. We went on a lot of different trips. Remember, I remember going to Rosarito, staying at a beach house.
I didn't go.
You didn't go to that? Your sister went?
Yeah.
Why didn't you go?
I think it was because I was too young. I don't know. I didn't go until we went to the other big trip.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah.
I wonder who went then, because I remember your sister was there, but I remember there was other girls too that went. I remember we like rode horses on like the beach. We went to Senor Frogs, which is like a nightclub. Mm-hmm. But we went like during the day. Like, it wasn't like it was a club, but like there wasn't a lot of people.
Yeah.
We went there. We went to a lot of different places. We went to Big Bear a few times, camping.
Oh, I went that one time.
We went 2 different times, and one of the times that we went, me and you weren't talking.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I remember, I don't know, it was when the pool table was upstairs.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we weren't talking, but we're in the same, like, vicinity.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were pinches mocosas, güey.
Yeah.
And then one time we went on a trip to Chicago, which was like my first flight anywhere. Mm-hmm. And I remember that was like at the time it was like Starbucks. My parents had just introduced me to Starbucks, and I was fucking hyped up on caramel frappuccinos.
She bought everyone fucking Starbucks, bro.
And so
Everyone.
And so there was like 15 of us, okay? There was like 15 of us that went on that trip, including the kids and not kids, but including
The
teenagers and including the the adults, right? And so we get to the airport in San Diego, and there's a Starbucks, and at the time, to me, the Frappuccino was the best invention ever. And so I remember asking, oh, can I have some money? And my mom gave my parents, because it was both my parents that went. They gave me money, and I went and I was like, let me have 15 Frappuccinos.
Dude, I was like,
Leslie
fuck?
was like, what the fuck? I don't know if you had already had one.
No, that was my first time trying it.
First time having it.
Yeah.
And so we get back, and out of the 15 that I got for everybody, there was only maybe 6 people that wanted one, and the other 6 didn't take it. So we had 6
2
yeah,
each.
we had 6 extra Frappuccinos. So me, Les, and her sister were like, well, fuck it. We're not gonna let them go to waste. So we drank our own, plus we drank the extra one, the 2 extra ones. So we each had 3 fraps each. Okay.
Okay, but they weren't the big ones. I think it was
grande.
yeah.
And so I was like, everything is fine. Everything is fine. We get in the fucking plane. Dude, do you remember that plane ride?
No.
Dude, we were so fucking high off of caffeine that my mom was like,
you guys need
at
to
this
shut
point
up.
you need to shut the fuck up. My dad was fucking mad looking at us from across the freaking little row, because and then I don't remember your sister, I know that I don't remember if it was me and you next to each other or me and your sister next to each other, but one of us, one of you, were sitting across to the side, and we were yelling and talking, and the whole flight we were cracked out on caffeine, and everybody was fucking over us. We had a layover. Everybody was so mad because we had all that fucking caffeine.
We're loud. I remember that we were super loud. I think I was the one sitting across.
I remember who.
I don't remember.
Oh, and I remember I was dating that one guy.
Ew.
That was the worst mistake of my life.
Dude, he was so ugly.
Ew,
we need to talk. That's another story time.
Ugh.
When he messaged me.
I don't remember.
He was trying to homie hop. Because remember?
He did homie hop, and he ended up getting with one of your other homies.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that story another time, because that is another crazy story that I totally forgot. I just fucking swished it around in my mouth. So, anyways, what?
I was like...
So we get to Chicago. We end up going to Giordano's, which we spoke about on our Picky Eaters minisode. And maybe it was that one, or maybe it was the Vegas one. Either or. I've talked about Giordano's. So we went to Giordano's, and it was the best pizza I had ever had in my life. I remember it was snowing. I remember walking out of there, and we kind of just cruised it back to our hotel room. And I remember the hotel we stayed at, you look out the window and you can see that big river. I don't know what it's called, because I do not know anything about geographic.
National Geographic?
I don't know shit about the fucking world, alright?
Alright.
History, I don't know.
Geography.
Geography, there we go. I took geography.
I did too.
And I took earth science.
I took geology. Okay, anyway.
So, anyways. It's because work got us fucked up, girl. Life has got us fucked up.
I lost a few brain cells.
Yeah, more than that. And so then I remember going to a museum. Do you remember the museum?
No.
Okay. So let me tell you about the museum, okay? We leave our hotel, and they're like, oh, the conference that we're going to is just a few blocks away. Okay. We got this. We don't need a fucking taxi. No, you should take a taxi. You know, you'll get there pretty fast. And we're like, oh, it's just a few blocks. Because here, in the town that we live in, you just walk and then you're already crossing the street. You walk, crossing the street. Not over there, girl. Over there, it was long fucking streets.
Wait. And tell them how cold it was.
It was freezing. It was snowing. We went in November.
Below 0.
Yes, it said below 0. I remember driving, like when we got out of the plane and we were driving to our hotel. I remember looking up and they had like the thermostat. You know how it has a thermostat with the red numbers? And it said
negative
0 or negative 10.
I don't know.
I think it was negative 10. I don't think there's a negative 0. It was below 10.
Oh, shit.
And it was freezing. I remember when we were in the taxi, and I remember...
Bien paisas, güey.
Oh, my God. I wish... Okay, so we're in the taxi, right? leaving the airport. And so it's me, Les, and her sister in the backseat of a taxi, and then we took multiple taxis. And I don't know if it was your mom or somebody's in the front seat, and then it's a taxi driver. And us being from the small valley that there's no in the middle of the desert, we have never driven or remember driving with our parents in the snow. So as we're driving, I'm like, oh my gosh, why is there so many mosquitoes? The guy's like, mosquitoes? This is snow, honey. And I was like, oh my gosh. And he was like, I don't even know if he was a little bit, I felt like he was rude about it. But I was like, dude, we're not from here.
Yeah.
So anyway, so it was super cold. And we're walking just a few blocks that ended up being like fucking 2 miles. And we were going on our way to a museum. So as we're walking to the museum, we're like about to go into the museum, and there's a bull.
I remember that. Oh my God, okay.
Fuck, I'm gonna have to look for the pictures, damn it. Oh, we gotta get visuals. There's a bull in front of this museum. And when I've told I remember telling my husband the story one time. I went on Google and I Googled Chicago Museum bull. And I showed him, I was like, this is the bull. So it's already been an hour and I'm still talking. Oh, but we have to cut a lot. Okay, so the bull. I go to the bull and we're taking a picture with the bull, and somebody goes, I dare you to there. See, there it is. That's another visual for this episode. So you guys know that our stories are true. And so somebody was like, oh, you should give the bull a kiss. And I was like, oh yeah, that's funny. I'm gonna give it a kiss in the ass. And so I go to kiss the bull in the ass, and as I go to I don't know why, but I end up licking my lips to give the cow a kiss. And because it was so fucking cold and my fucking lips were warm with my saliva, my fucking lips get stuck on the fucking cow's or the bull's ass.
And you were like,
panicking. And everybody's like already walking away. I can't fucking speak.
She's like,
I'm like trying to.
I think there's a picture, no?
I don't know. There's just a picture of us. No, everybody panicked. So then, I don't remember if it was Les's mom or the viejita that I can't stand, but somebody had a cup of fucking coffee. So as I'm fucking trying to get everybody's attention, I'm like, trying to get people's attention. I don't know, somebody turns around, like, I think it was either you or your sister, or one of you, like you guys were like trying to talk to me, and when I didn't respond, you guys like, because I remember you guys like looked, whoever it was like just looked to the side, and they're like looking around, and they turn around, and I'm like the only one stuck in the back, and you're like, hey, Hassan is stuck, and they were like, how I remember I think it was my mom or somebody like tried to like pull me off, and I was like, no, like it's hurting. And like I said, the coffee, I don't know if it was your mom or her little short friend that I can't stand, and they put with the coffee, they put it like on the fucking bull's butt or so on the ass, so that way it could slide on my lips. And fuck, dude, my fucking lips burned so much. I fucking went to go buy chapstick.
Dude, I remember they looked purple.
Yes, dude.
She was getting fucking...
see, these fucking bitches always fucking... all my traumas.
Dude, way. How the fuck were we supposed to know that shit was gonna happen? We're not that smart. Hey, you're the smartest one. What happened?
I don't know.
You're the one that licked your fucking lips. You're like,
I was getting fuckered up.
Pucker up, buttercup, and then she gets stuck.
So, and then from there, we go into the museum. I'm already fucking over it. And then, but it was a nice museum. I learned my lesson. And then from there, the following day, we had like a conference it was like a huge conference, and you would go for like a whole day or two, which is why we would go on these trips. And they'd have like different workshops, and they would teach you about sex ed, like sex ed, more about new diseases that were coming out, new medications that were coming out for birth control. Like, it was just like a whole experience. And I think I have a picture. They even had they had a bodysuit, like a body jacket, and you would put it over you, and it had the tits and the fucking pregnant stomach.
Yeah.
And I remember taking pictures with them. I was like, man, this is how I'm gonna feel if I get pregnant. And I was a freshman. I remember I was like barely going into freshman year.
That's
so at
fucking
the time,
crazy.
I wasn't like hooking up with nobody, or I wasn't like seeing nobody, but it was just like a fun experience. And that was our Chicago story.
Chicago.
Dude,
the pizza there is bomb.
I definitely want to go back to Chicago. I have been telling my husband that's one place that I do want him to go. We have gone to about 5. He's been to more than me, but I want to say we've gone to like 5 different stadiums, and Chicago's one of like the next ones that I want to do with him. I want to go see Eagles, Bears, or
we could go on a double date.
Where the fuck are you, Eagle man? Give me your phone right now. You were just texting him.
He didn't answer.
Let me tell him. You need to hurry up, get it together so that we can go to Eagle games together. Dude, oh my gosh, we're going to an Eagle game this year.
Yeah, he told me he wanted to go.
To the Cardinals one?
The one in December, I think. No?
Yeah. It's December the 8th.
Well, maybe we will.
Bitch, you should go with us. I'm gonna fucking message him and be like, dude, you have fucking 5.
Follow him on Instagram.
5, 10.
What?
7. He has 7 months, less than 7 months to get it together. You guys have to go with us. Eagles guy, get your shit together, please. Just for a little bit.
I feel like we just have a lot going on right now.
A fucking game? You guys can we can double date.
That would be cute.
Well, it wouldn't be double date because my kids are going.
That's all right.
All right, cool. And so that'd be pretty cool. Okay, now it's your turn.
Okay. So, we're going to talk about Mr. Family Plan. So, I met Mr. Family Plan through my work. So, at my work, we were working on a project, and that project required for us to order hotspots. And so she was given a task. She gave a task to some of the assistants, and they came back with routers. So my boss was like, hey, can you join this call today so that you can speak to them regarding the hotspots, because we don't want the routers, we want the hotspots. So anyway, I joined the call, and at first it was the 3 assistants and myself, and then it was this guy. I don't know who he was. He was part of Mr. Family Plan's team. And he was like, oh, so what'd you guys talk about? Do you guys know which one you guys want? And the girls were not speaking. So I was like, hey, thank you for putting it together, but my boss wants to know if you have any hotspots, because these are kind of like routers, and we want something that's going to be easier for the ladies to like manage, and they're going to have to carry them other places. So like we want something that's small. And he kept insisting that he wanted to sell the routers, right? Because they're trying to get a sale. At this time, Mr. Family Plan had already joined, but he was quiet, and I hadn't noticed that he was already there. So he realized that, like, I kept saying, like, no, we don't want that. Like, I basically told the guy, like, no, we don't want those. We need the hotspots. And then the guy was like, Mr. Family Plan guy was like, okay. He's like, I could get you a quote by the end of the day. And I was like, perfect. All right. So then that was it. We got off the conversation, and then one of the assistants messages me, and she was like, hey, Mr. Family Plan wants your number because he said that he had some questions in an email. And at this time I had left to lunch, so like I wasn't looking at my emails, but I guess he had a question for me that was important and couldn't wait. So he calls me and he asks me like, hey, how many hotspots did you want? And I was like, well, we want 20. And he was like, okay. But hence, I had already answered these questions before. So, like, he already knew. So I was like, that's kind of weird. Like, I had already told him, but whatever. He was traveling, so I was like, oh, maybe he forgot. So then he texts me, and he's like, hey, so he starts communicating with me through text now, right? And I was like, oh, that's kind of weird, but whatever. So he was like giving me updates on the quotes, whatever. And then he was like, hey, I just sent you the quote. Can you please tell me answers, whatever. So then I come to my boss, and then I show her what he said. And he basically got us the hotspots for free. So like they were originally $200 each, and they were just gonna charge us
$200 each. And how many did you buy?
20.
That's like $4,000.
Exactly. So
bitch, what'd you do? Send him fucking nudes or what?
No, he just, I don't know.
It's because you had that spark.
Dude, I literally, when I went into the call, I didn't have makeup on. I was not prepared for this call. And I was like, oh, it's just going to be somebody from fucking the location that we were purchasing these from. So I don't really care. But anyway, yeah. So they were $200 each. And we're like already had budgeted that amount. But then when he was like, okay, we have these. They're free. You just have to pay monthly a certain amount. I think it was like $75. And then the other ones were like $25, but they were a little bit more secure. And we're like, nah, we don't need that. We'd rather take the free ones. So we ordered so it kind of took a little bit longer to kind of get a response because my boss wasn't answering me. And I was like, I can't make that decision. Like, even though they're free, I don't have the authority to. So he kept insisting. He was like, hey, do you have an answer? And I was like, no, but I can let you know as soon as I get to the office because I was traveling for work as well. So then we had a meeting. I was busy. I didn't answer him. And then he messages me again when I was driving home from my work trip because I literally drove there, stayed there one night, and then I drove back the next day. So it was like short, but I was exhausted. But anyway, and then I called my boss and I was like, hey, I told her the options and she was like, oh, let's just go with the free one. So I was like, okay. So then I sent him a voice memo because at this time I was already driving. So I was like, hey, can you put in the order for the blah, blah, blah hotspots that were free? And then you look so tired. And then he was like, okay, yeah. So then he starts voice memoing back because I told him that I was driving. But like, he starts asking me questions like, oh, well, what were you doing for work? What do you do for work? What's your title? Like, personal questions, right?
That's fucking weird.
Yeah. So then at this point, I was talking to him. And at the same time, that's when Mr. Eagle Guy texted me.
I knew.
So
I knew it.
So at the same time that this guy was talking to me, asking me questions, I get a message from Eagle Guy. Well, he commented on my story because he saw where I was headed. So I was talking to both of them at the same time. So we just kept talking till I got home. And talking to him until I got home. And I got home around like 10:30 or so. Because I remember I got home and I realized that I needed to get something for my dog. And I ran to Walmart. Anyway, so he messaged me until I went to bed, which was like around 12 midnight. Yeah. So good night, everything. We kept talking.
Wait, this is still the first day you guys met?
First day, yeah. First day we talked.
So like you guys had a meeting in the morning and at night?
No. So I met with him during the week and then maybe like 2 days after we were communicating through text.
Okay.
So like
that's so weird. That's too close.
I didn't talk to him for like 2 days. But he continued to talk to me after we had... so when I started sending him voice memos is when he started talking to me more.
Okay.
And, like, at first we were talking about, like, work-related. He was, like, playful. Like, oh, you came in there like a boss and you were fucking asking. Like, he was just being weird. So we were just talking about, like, the whole meeting. He was like, we didn't even know who you were. Like they were confused to why I was there. So he was kind of explaining like their point of view. I was like, your coworker probably hated me because I said no to his presentation. So like they were kind of like, he was just mentioning that like that they were trying to sell, obviously what their job is, and like the he said that his coworker was like, who was that? But anyway, so we talked until
Porque eres bien perra.
Sí. Es que me entré. I mean, I just came in there and I was like, look. Like, I let them talk, right? And then I was like, no, like, we're more interested in, like, hotspots. And he kept insisting. Like, those people that are trying to sell? So I was like, that's not what we want.
Those people are fucking annoying.
Yeah, so he kept saying the same fucking thing. And I was like, look. My boss, we already presented this to her, so she doesn't want that. So, like, that's why he was kind of like, who the fuck was this bitch? And why is she over here coming in so hot? So, the next day, I didn't text him until I think he texted me, like, around, I think it was, like 8. 3, no, it was in the morning. Oh. Because I remember I went to go drop off my rental and he was already talking to me. And it was in the morning. It was like 8. So I think it was like 9. So he texted me and he was like, hey, good morning. I just wanted to let you know that we put in the order. And I sent you by email the tracking information for the order that you guys did. And I was like, oh, okay, thank you. And then he was like, how are you feeling? And because I was sick, I had gotten sick when I got there, and that was the reason why I didn't go see Eagle Guy. But anyway, so he was just asking me. So he continued the conversation, right? And then I told him that I think I sent him a picture of my coffee, and he was like, oh, what are you getting? Or what did you get? So he was just asking me questions. Like, he's like, oh, what's your go-to coffee order? What do you usually order? What's your favorite type of food? What's like, so he was like asking things, being very consistent, which is what I like, right?
And I remember, like, you even said when I was like, well, what kind of questions is he asking you? And you're like, okay, so I remember after the first day you had messaged me, that first day that he was like messaging you in voice memo, sorry. And I remember you were like, yeah, he's being really nice. Like, sometimes like the things that he's saying can come off a little bit flirty, but I don't know, like, if she was like, I remember you saying like, I don't know if he's married. I don't know his situation. And I was like, wait, so you don't know if he's single? And you're like, no, it didn't come up. I'm like, but you've been talking to him all day. How does, if you're single or not single, not come up? And you were like, I don't know. We just talked about everything else except that. And I was like, well, that's weird. That's red flag for me. Then the second day, you guys were talking again.
Yeah.
And I was like, so is he single or not? And you're like, dude, I don't know. Like, we haven't asked that question. I was like, does he have kids or not? And you were like, yeah, he has, I think you said 2 kids.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, but how did you guys talk about kids? How are you're like, oh, we talked about roller coasters, that I'm into roller coasters. And I'm like, what in the fuck? Like, what kind of fucking child are you asking about fucking roller coasters? And you haven't even told her if you're single, married, divorced, widowed. Like, you're not giving her any explanation, any reason. Mm-hmm. And then, well, continue.
So, yeah. So, like, I was trying to ask questions to, like, I remember you were like, well, ask him what he does, like, on his time off. And then he was like, you know, like, I'm very busy, but, you know, I make time for my kids on the weekends. And, like, we try to go. I was like, oh, do you guys go, like, as a family on, like, trips or anything? He was like, well, I take them to, like, the parks. We did go to an amusement park. So, like, he didn't mention family. He mentioned, like, kids and them. Okay? So I was like, dude, like, I'm confused because I don't know. Like, I kept trying to, like, I was, like, asking you, like, what do I ask him so that he can mention it? And, like, I kept trying.
I was like, dude, just fucking ask him. Are you single or not? Like, and you're like, I was like, because I don't understand. And I don't know, how many days did you guys go talking? Like 3?
It was the
4? Or
it was the second day, I think, in that.
Because it was like that last day. I don't remember what day, 2, 3, whatever day. But I remember that last day that you talked to him, you were like so frustrated because you're like, dude, I have asked, like, you were tiptoeing around the whole topic. Like, it was like you just wanted to avoid it. Like you didn't, because you were like, I don't know if he's being friendly.
Yeah, and
that's what you said. I don't know if he's being friendly or like he's interested or he's flirting, like, because he's like all over the place. Like, one minute it's very professional, but then the next minute it's like, why are you asking me about roller coasters?
Yeah.
Why are you asking me about my free time? Why are you asking me when's my next travel day or where I travel to, or you know,
like personal questions. And I remember that I think it was the second day that I was talking to him, like in the afternoon, and I was like, you know what, like, I think I have to ask him because all the questions that I've asked him, he has not brought it up, and like, I feel weird. Like, I would feel weird if he was married. Like, I don't want to get too attached or too, like, oh my god, this guy, invested if he's married. Like, so, you know, so, like, whatever.
And that's when I was like, dude, just
ask him.
Ask
so,
him.
I'm going to pull up the text.
The receipts
of the question that I asked him and the way he answered, if he was, like, married, single, divorced, whatever the fuck. So I said, I have a question and I'm sorry if I'm being too forward or overstepping. So this question is pretty much just for my peace of mind and comfort. And then he said, go ahead and ask. And he said, I said, Are you single? I'm only asking because I don't want to assume or get in the middle of anything. I know we're just talking, but if you are in a relationship, I wouldn't want your significant other to feel a type of way that you're talking to me outside of work conversation. I have no expectations and I'm really getting to enjoy our convo, but I just don't want to be a problem. And then he said, I'm married and I don't see any problem here. We took a business conversation into a friendly one, and I've enjoyed our conversations as well. You don't have to worry about thinking anything becoming a problem. But if you're not comfortable with it, I totally understand. And then I said, oh no, no worries. I agree. It's been a friendly conversation. I just needed clarity. Moving forward, since we were asking personal questions, I've been stuck in messy situations in the past and didn't want it to go in that direction. I'm so thankful for you being honest. That said, since you're married, I think it's best we keep our discussions strictly professional from here on out. Because again, it was through my work that I met him. And then he said, thanks for being honest and direct. I wouldn't want to put you in any uncomfortable situations, and you got it. We will communicate strictly about blank and blank my job. So his job and my job. I said, thank you. I really appreciate your understanding. I'm glad we're on the same page and can focus on blank his job, blank my job. Looking forward to continuing our work together. And then he said, yes, absolutely, no doubt about being on the same page, and don't hesitate to reach out if there are any questions. And I just thumbs up his message. So after that conversation, I did reach out to him because for some reason we only got half of the package. So then I had to reach out to him and let him know that we only got 10. So, but it was strictly work related.
Strictly dickly?
No, strictly work related, and that was it. But yeah, I was kind of scared. Like I didn't want to be like rude to him or like be some type of weight to him because
you have to work
because of my work, right? So it was kind of like a sticky situation. Mm-hmm. But I was like, okay, like I didn't say anything, I didn't do anything wrong, so like I don't think that's bad, but I just didn't want him to like retaliate and be like, you know what, I canceled your entire order because they were supposed to be free and now we're charging you $200 for them, you know? So like
I told you he traded you for hotspots.
yeah, because it was $200 a piece, and that was 20 hotspots. And then, I recently actually spoke to him because our bill, the first bill that we got, was higher than what he said it was going to be. So I think they were going to be like $65 a month actually, and the bill came back like $80 a month. So then I reached out to him and I was like, hey, I just wanted to know like if there's a reason why our bill was a little higher than what you had quoted us, because we kind of have like a budget that we have to stick on. And he was like, no, he was like, let me check your account. And then he realized that there was like a one-time fee for, I think, connecting it or whatever. Activation. So he was like, this will be the only month. He said, let me know if you have any questions or if we need to jump on a call to discuss. I submitted a credit for $200 as a courtesy to assist with the proportion charges.
Courtesy? Like you told me it was going to be less.
Yeah, but he said a courtesy credit.
You didn't bend it.
So yeah, that's the time that I spoke to a married guy without even knowing that he was married, because he was giving single activities, you know. But damn, I'm glad that I asked him on day 2, because technically it wasn't even more than 24 hours, but I still I'm like, dude, I was texting this guy like it was gonna be something and it was never nothing. I could have gone to see Eagle Guy. I'm just kidding. I still wasn't going to go because I was sick. But anyway, that concludes our episode. Asada is over here falling asleep, so we got to go to bed.
I'm not falling asleep. I'm fucking tired.
Yeah.
But I'll be all right. And then we have to go grocery shopping in the morning.
Yeah. So.
And I have to go get my nails done.
Yeah. So.
I have a lot of stuff to do this week. I don't even know. I might end up skipping a game. Depends, dude, because
Mondays.
Uy, no. But it'll all be worth it for my son.
Yeah. All right, girl.
And so the next time we record, will be after the birthday party. So we will probably
talk about
probably
that.
be an episode about that. So
yes.
Okay, that's it, guys.
That's all, guys.
Thank you for listening.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.